happy I Hate Washington week rolls on, and today we talk about the defenses for Oregon and Washington trying to slow down two of the most potent offenses in college football. Oregon's put up 50 or more points in every game this season. They're the first team ever to do that in their first 5 games of the year. And Washington has looked very, very good on offense, putting up 38 points against a good Boise State defense and over 450 yards of offense and 28 points against a very, very good Stanford defense last week. So how do Nick Aliotti and Justin Wilcox plan to stop these two offensive attacks? I think both teams are going to have similar goals going into Saturday afternoon. And it starts with stopping the run. Washington's run game starts with Bishop Sankey, who's one of the best backs in the Pac-12, if not the country. He's a workhorse. He's, I think, carried the ball 40 times against Arizona. He carried the ball, I think, 31 times against Stanford. He's going to get a lot of touches, and it's going to be up to the Oregon front seven to try and slow him down. And I think Nick Aliotti knows that stopping Sankey is the key to slowing down the Washington offense, and he would rather take his chances and making Keith Price throw the ball rather than giving Sankey room to run. Same goes for the Washington defense. Justin Wilcox is going to look to slow down one of the most potent rushing attacks in the country. DeAnthony Thomas still unclear on his return for Saturday. I would expect, even if he's questionable, like 80% or higher, he's going to try and go. So I would expect to see him out there in some capacity. It might not be at 100% though. That being said, there's still Byron Marshall, there's still Thomas Tyner, there's still Josh Huff or Braylon Addison on the pitches to the side, and there's still Marcus Mariota running the whole show, one of the best dual threat quarterbacks in the country. So it's going to be up to Wilcox to really keep guys in the box, and I think Washington has as much confidence in their cornerbacks, Marcus Peters and Gregory Ducray, as Oregon has in Ifo Ekpre-Olomu and Terrence Mitchell, that they can leave them out on an island and do their best to try and stop Oregon's wide receivers and let the front seven do work against the run game. Washington against Illinois a couple of weeks ago debuted what they're calling the Jetsons package. It's a way to stop and put some more speed on the field and sacrificing a little bit of size and putting some speed on the field to try and counterattack a spread look. And it worked very well against Nathan Scheelhaus and the Illinois spread offense. That being said, Oregon spread offense very different, but the idea that they have experience playing a spread team and a good spread team, not a great spread team, but a good spread team already this season, I think is important, coming off of playing a power team, a heavy power team like Stanford. Making that transition from playing a power school to playing a speed school could be a little bit troublesome, but the fact that Washington runs an up-tempo offense in practice and the experience they have against Illinois. Josh Shirley had 3 sacks in that game. Scott Lawyer and Travis Feeney at linebacker are very, very good. Shaq Thompson, very, very good. So this front seven is built to hang with a rushing attack for Oregon, as good as it is. That said, I'm going to give the edge to Oregon's defense in this one. I think Oregon's offense is a little better and Washington's defense just a little bit worse. 2 key areas for me: yards per rush. So far this year, Oregon averaging 3.3, Washington averaging 4.1 allowed. And on third downs, because I think it's going to come down to a lot of third downs, probably a lot of 3rd and 5 or less, Oregon's only allowing 23% of third downs to be completed against them, against FBS schools. Washington's allowing 40% a completion rate. So that is going to be big in trying to sustain drives and put points on the board. And I got to give the edge to Oregon there, but just a little bit. Like I've been saying it all week, this game scares me. This is Oregon's first real test of the season. It's in Seattle. It's going to be sort of a pace around the room and drink heavily while the game is going on sort of situation. Stay tuned to addictedtoquack.com and the ATQ Tubes for all the latest news and analysis about your Oregon Ducks. For Addicted to Quack, I'm Takimoto. Go Ducks.